Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. It's the Spiritual Warrior UK here. If you're new to the channel, then welcome. Thank you for joining me. Please like, comment, share, give us a thumbs up. It's you that keeps the channel going. By doing this, you just help this message to get out to more people. If you're returning to the channel, thank you for coming back. I am glad that these readings are resonating with you. So we're into March already. I had a week off last week. I was floored by those full moon energies. So I haven't picked the February free reading yet, but I will do that over the next couple of days, and I will let you know who that is. But I thought I would do a reading for love, for the divine counterparts, for the twin flames, whatever label that you put towards your relationships, whether you are in union or whether you are in separation. So we're going to have a look at what's happening with the connection for March. We're going to have a look at the joint energies, and then we've got the divine feminine and the divine masculine. So just to remind you that this is a general collective reading. So if this is not resonating for you, or only part of it is resonating for you, use your discernment, only take what is resonating and just leave the rest. You know, tarot is not supposed to tell you anything, or certainly my readings are not supposed to tell you anything that you don't know, only that you have not hearing clearly, or have forgotten, or maybe even something that you don't want to hear. That will resonate. But if it's not going on with you, then it is not going on with you. So let's get cracking. Nice to be back, I have to say. I was itching to do a reading, and my guides were like, no, rest, and I really needed it. So spirit guides, please tell me what my lovely collective needs to know for the month of March with regards to their connection, whatever that may be. For the month of March, please, angels and guides. Okay, where is the joint energy of this connection for the month of March, please? Where is the joint energy, please, for this connection? You have to bear with me with these cards. I don't use them that often because I find them really difficult to shuffle, but I do love them. But they're called something else, so I need to sometimes look at what each what each one is for. So okay, spirit, what do we need to know for this month, the month of March, for this union? What's the joint energy doing, please? Thank you. Okay, we've got the King of Trees. That's the King of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, what else do we need to know for the joint energies, please? Thank you. Okay, we've got the Star, which is hope, and we've got the Seven of Angels. Seven of Angels is sword, so lots on your mind. Okay. I feel that there has been a period of instability, of ungroundedness, of lack of connection, actually, is what they're showing me. It's really interesting energy because it's there, even though that there's been an energy of separateness, there's like this underlying knowing that at some point you're going to come back together. Now take this as this resonates. So if you're in union, then this is a deeper level. If you are separated, that it's really interesting because it's like there's always that, from when you drop into your heart space, you know it, you feel it. When you go into your head space, you have a lot on your mind, and you start talking yourself out of that. And I think it's really interesting of my journey of where I've been around this last full moon. It's something very similar to that. And, you know, this does come up every now and again, not only for me, but for everybody in, you know, what do we do with this? Where do we go with this? I feel that integrating the 3D and the 5D can be challenging sometimes, because there's a lot that we know about higher dimensions, not only in the 5D but above, and the connection we have and the messages that we have. And then we've kind of got to bring it down to the 3D, which is where we are in our day-to-day lives, where we are in our day-to-day interactions, and how do we integrate the two. And I feel that this is what this is about. It was a separation to have an understanding of self and an understanding of each other. I don't know if that's making sense. Okay, they're telling me to pull one more. It's the only way that I can describe what they're showing me. Okay, one more, thank you. Oh, that's interesting. So we've got the 7 of Stars, which is faith. Now, stars in this deck, see, I don't use these very often. What is this? Stars in it is Wands. So the 7 of Wands is that kind of fighting for something, the defending your position, also still training is the 7 of Wands. In the traditional tarot, they're not necessarily fighting. A lot of readers see it as they're training to go on their path, you know, to go on the fool's journey. That's what tarot is about. And it's interesting that in this deck, and when I came in, and this is the first reading that I've done in 7 days, so it's been really weird, and straight away they showed me this deck, and I was like, oh really? Because though I love the imagery, I do find it really difficult to shuffle. And I always have to look, okay, what's a star and what's this? So I feel like it doesn't flow as easily with this deck, but the energies of it actually are really strong within the joint energies. And this is about faith. This is, you know, faith, the 7 of Wands. In the other decks, it's not about faith so much, but in this deck it is. We've got hope, faith and progress. It's so interesting. So it's like the time apart, even though it's felt like there is a separation of some sort, whether it be energy, whether it be not so connected, whether it be, it's like you were doing your stuff and I was doing my stuff. But look at all the green on this side. I feel like that's more the masculine side. Remember, it's the masculine within you. And the masculine is about our doer, our getter, our leader, our protector, our taking our action. And I feel that's kind of what has been integrated. And really what I'm drawn to here, it's almost like she's clasping her heart. Interestingly, is what they've told me is clasping the heart of where it is in the 3D. In our world, in our grounding, this is where the heart is. This is so interesting. God, I missed reading. But when we're looking at the chakras, the heart space is much more center. And it's about have faith in where this is going. You know, you live your life, you carry on, you don't stop. And you pass it up to spirit and you allow it to unfold as it unfolds. You have faith in the journey of this, whatever that means for you. Whatever that means for you. Okay, let's have a look at the Divine Masculine or the Divine Masculine energies. Okay, so there was a couple of, in the pre-shuffle, there were a couple of cards that were popping. We're going to see if they come out. Certainly there were a lot of cup cards and a lot of the King of Cups popped a couple of times. For the feminine, it was the Ace of Cups I saw a couple of times. So let's see where we are. Let's have a look. Where's the Divine Masculine, please? Where's his current energy? Thank you. Oh. Okay, so we've got the 2 of Wands. So kind of, okay, this is interesting because this came out together. So what I'm feeling with this is that not looking back on the past anymore, trying to look forward. What's interesting is that and I've never ever noticed this before, if you can see this on this card, there's another hand here that's holding the stick. I've never ever seen that. I've had this deck forever. Can you see this? I'm just gonna, there's another hand here, and it's like it's like there's a knowing that someone else is there. Even though you might not be within my actual vicinity, whether we might not be in communication, you're always there. You're always in my thoughts. You're always sprouting. And I've never noticed this before either. But where I was looking at the hurt, the rejection, the fighting, I now see that that was my own inner discontent. That was my own inner thought process. And you've been here all the time, all along, guiding me, holding my staff as and when I needed you, showing me the direction, keeping me on track as I tried to figure out which way I needed to go, which direction was right for me, because I didn't really know. I lost track of who I was. I got caught up in the battling. I got caught up in the ego. I got caught up in wanting to win, to be right. But what I've noticed is that you've been there all along. Give me one more card on this, please. Or two. Yeah. I've transitioned into the Emperor. I've transitioned into knowing where I want to go, moving into calmer waters, noticing that I've been looking at this in a way that was exhausting. It's really just showed me a bumblebee at my window, which is really random. And it's like it kept me busy. I looked at this in a way, in my old eyes, that kept me busy, that kept me distracted, that kept me buzzing from place to place. And whatever it was that made me look at my world, it was right in front of my eyes all along. You were right in front of my eyes all along. And I'm trying to steer my energy. Oh, the flame's going. The flames are going on both these candles. It's wow. I'm trying to now steer this energy into a place that's much calmer for my health, for my wealth, for my power, from a place of my power, of steering my life in the right direction. Okay. How does the masculine feel about the feminine, please? Okay, we've got the King of Wands. What else, please? How does he feel? Whoa. We've got the Devil in reverse. We've got the Page of Pentacles. Okay, we've got the Lovers in reverse, and we have the Eight of Cups in reverse. Okay, give me a minute. Okay, I've got it. As I was growing into my own divine self, I was growing and I was thriving. I was always trying to overcome the egoic thoughts. I was trying to overcome my old past behavior that had become habitual. It had kept me stuck, but I liked what I knew. And I found that moving, how people observe me from the outside, was I was this king and I knew what I was doing, and I was an entrepreneur. And that could be in the work, in the 3D, in just an external mask that was being shown. I looked like I had everything planted, that I knew what I was doing. But this was just a facade in so many ways, and I didn't want to go back to a younger version of myself in learning how to be again, because it made me feel vulnerable. So I had to step away, walk away, move away. I had to learn to re-love myself, because I wasn't learning the seeds that had been planted. I wasn't finding peace. I wasn't finding peace within myself. So I had to walk away from the old version of me before I could step forward to you. And I've been trying to balance that up. But you were never far from my mind. You were... It's so funny. They said you were always in my mind. I just tried to block it. But I wasn't able to. Okay, they're telling me to just pull one of these. Okay. Give me an overall card on these cards for the divine masculine feels about the divine feminine, please. One more card, please. Thank you. The Lovers. Wow. Union. These candles are all going crazy. So no matter what I went through, I had to rediscover myself. I had to take a step back for me to be able to move forward. I no longer want to walk away from our love. I no longer want to walk away from loving myself, from doing what feels right for me with every fibre of my being. Because I've rediscovered who I am and what makes me happy. And as I've started to love myself, I can see the love that was in front of me. The hand that was always there. The offering, the plant, the growth, the development. But I wasn't ready. So there was an element of self-destruction here, an element of creating a fight, being a fight, having a fight, keeping that fight going, because that's where I felt safe. And though I felt safe, I didn't feel happy. This is what makes me feel happy. Wow. God, the energy of that is it's intense, especially if I haven't channeled for a week. It's a little bit difficult to pick up what's going on. Okay, let's see where the divine feminine is, please. What's the divine feminine's current energy, please? Energy for the divine feminine, please. What's the divine feminine? God, I can't shuffle. Oh, wow. Look at this. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Look at this. Wow. I was not seeing any movement, any progression, any change. And they've just said that's for the people that are in together. I wasn't seeing enough change for me. I was seeing the old battles in different ways. And I had to make a choice to love myself because I wasn't getting success. And this journey was so hard. I kept hoping that the sun would rise. I kept hoping that the internal battle with myself would pass. And it nearly destroyed me. I had to go deep back to the core of myself, of who I was, to be able to turn this round, to be able to give myself recognition and realize that I didn't need it from anywhere else. Give me one more of this, please. Okay, they're saying no. Give one on here. Okay, one more on these cards, please. For the divine feminine. The Queen of Pentacles. I to let go of the heartbreak. I had to ground in. I had to create a secure, stable financial place for myself. To create my home, to create my family, to create security for me. Because this journey was a battle of the ego. And I've questioned it so many times. And I try to sit in my faith. But sometimes that gets difficult because I have a lot on my mind. Wow. Okay, how does the divine feminine feel about the divine masculine, please? Thank you. Hangman in reverse. How does the divine masculine, how does the divine feminine feel about the divine masculine, please, in this month of March? Thank you. One more. Thank you. The star. We had the star here, yeah? Oh, the star was there. Balancing out. Yeah. I've stepped away so you could go within, so you could view this differently. And I had to look at my own distractions. I had to look at the ways that I was distracting myself from surrendering to this process. And even though I did that, and even though I felt like I needed to walk away, something kept me here. Because I felt the stability of this union. I felt the stability of this relationship. And I always felt like something tied me back to this. And I've tried to see it differently in so many ways. And now I have surrendered. I've surrendered to the universe. I've surrendered to the skies, to the love, to my guides. And that this will balance out for me in either way, in any way. Because I was nothing left but to surrender. And on surrendering, I've got balance. I've gained balance. I've gained balance within myself. I've nurtured myself. It's really weird. I went to say something and then nothing came out. See this? Okay, look at this. They show me these cards so differently. We've got the hand there and the hand there. I always knew that you were there in the background, balancing out, feeling the reciprocity, but in a different realm, in a different light, in a different energy. And that exhausting state, not having it in the 3D, was just so difficult to keep going. It was a long, arduous journey. But I am learning from the past. I am learning from this journey. I see the benefits of why everything has happened in the way that it has. One card on these cards, please. Divine feminine feels about the divine masculine. Six of Stars, success. Knowing, okay, bottom of the deck. Two of Cups, union. Is the stars? What's the stars? It's wands, yeah. We have that up here where her current energy is. But how does she feel about her masculine? How does he feel? We've got the Lovers and we've got the Two of Hearts. I mean, if there are only two cards in the deck that talk about love in a connective manner, these two are it. There's so much mirroring that's going on here. It's crazy. Wherever this leads, I allow success to come into this union, into any union. This is a relationship of unconditional love. Wherever it leads, wherever it goes, whatever the outcome. This union had to be that deep to break me down and to allow me to rebuild myself one piece by one piece. And though it's been difficult, I see the success in myself. I see the success in my life. I see the success in who I am. And that is a union of self. Wow. Let's, oh gosh, yeah. Let's get some cards in the energies moving forward in March for the joint energies. And then we'll finish up with some guidance. Okay, energies moving forward, please, for these counterparts in March. Got the Four of Trees, which is the Four of Wands. In this deck, it's growth. It's about growing together from the heart. Queen of Hearts, Sixth Sense. Depression, Four of Hearts, not going backwards anymore. Growing together with this knowing. See the Sixth Sense, we've got faith, we've got progress, and we've got hope. These are all our thought processes that you need to embrace, allow to grow, and to manifest. You manifest the hope of love, the faith of love, the progression of love. One more, please, on this Four of Hearts in reverse. One more. Thank you. Okay. Allowing this connection to grow, allowing the self to grow. Going within and trusting your inner knowing, your inner thought process, your inner belief. And that's the growth of the union moving forward. Letting go of the old heartbreak. Letting go of not seeing what was in front of you all the time. So even when you perceived that you weren't in union, you were in union. Yeah. The Empress. You were always birthing something new. My God. The Empress and the Emperor. And there's those two hands again. Moving forward, growing, opening your heart, having that inner belief, that inner knowing, stepping away from that belief of this can never happen, from that belief of I'm never going to find somebody, that belief that I'm never going to be happy. Because wherever you are in your journey, your counterpart is coming, your soulmate is coming. Your love is coming. Give it whatever label you want, because you're now looking out into your world through different eyes. And some connections you can't ever break. Wherever they sit on whatever level, they're divine, they're destined. I feel that March is going to be a very interesting month. Right, let's get some guidance. Guidance for the Divine Masculine, please. Guidance for the Divine Masculine, please. Thank you. Trust. Oh my goodness me. Guidance for the Divine Feminine, please. Enchantment. And the connection. Intention. Yeah. If you look at what cards we've got here, hope, faith, progress, intention, trust, and feel the enchantment of the connection. What I'm getting with this is, you know, the unicorn is a mythical creature. The unicorn is not recognized on this plane, but we kind of believe in it in another time, in another place. And that's kind of what they're giving me for this union. Whatever label you choose to give it, that's just a label. And our beliefs are that something like this strong is in the movies, it's in the fairy tale, that it doesn't exist, that we won't ever experience that. And that's where you have to trust and have the intention that this sort of love and this sort of relationship does exist, and it does exist for you. Because you have somebody that is your complete. Not that you're not complete on your own. Not that you need somebody to complete you. But you choose to have somebody at the same level, at the same frequency, who is going to enhance your life in every single way as you enhance them. Counterparts. Wow. Oh, bottom of the deck, they just show me 10 of Cups. Okay, and the 4. I'm going to leave it there. All right, guys, we're back on it this week, and remember, for the March free reading, please like, comment, share, give us a comment on the videos, and then you will get put in the draw for the free reading for the month of March. So I leave you there with so much love, so much light. I'll speak to you again soon.